Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. What's up? It's another beautiful day out here. Oh my gosh, the sun is up. The weather is popping. It's a nice breeze out here. It feels wonderful. It is a blessed day indeed. But I just had something that I wanted to share with you. And it was something that that I heard. Okay. Okay. So here's the thing. Relationships. Okay. This right here, it kind of touched home because we all get involved in different types of relationships, whether good relationships, bad relationships, or whatever. And as we know, the kind of partners that we pick, are an extension of who we are at the time that we pick these people. Okay? So this is what God gave me about a situation. And that's all I'm going to say. And it has to do with a guy picking an exotic dancer, a stripper. That's what I said. Yes, a guy picking a stripper. And nowadays, I guess, that's not uncommon nowadays for, guys picking these strippers nowadays. We see it, all, in the entertainment world with these stars, big name stars, such as even Drake, having a baby mama stripper and all of that. So, it's the trend nowadays. So, of course, guys, when they see the stars do it, stars with money and all of that, like Black China, Amber Rose, countless other female stars and all of that who's made their money, who came up through stripping and prostitution and, doing all that stuff, So, of course, it's going to spill over to, what's going on, in everyday life with, these guys nowadays, some of them. Every guy isn't like that, but who knows? Whatever. But anyway, this is what God told me about that. And he spoke it so clear in my heart. And I just want to share it, because I looked at the whole picture and it's something that I had to really, pray on about, how women, we feel really hurt and, when we take it upon ourselves to, what did I do wrong? What in the world would this guy see in a stripper as opposed to somebody, let's say me, who's hardworking, who's, came up through her ranks too, not on her back or on her knees, but on a regular everyday job. And she's accomplished much. She has her own place, she has her own car, she has this stuff going on for her. But then, the guy chooses a stripper over her. And this is what God said to me. Since the man chose her, this woman is an extension of who he is. And she's a reflection of him. And so, if all he felt about himself was the only thing that he is good enough to choose out of everybody else is a stripper, well, what does that say about him? It's not an extension of us, the woman. It's how he feels that's all he's good for. If God blessed you with much, I'm talking about your own place, whether it be a house, a townhouse, whatever God blessed you with. He blessed you with a car, whether it be a new car, used car, whatever, a nice car. He blessed you with some money in your pocket, a good job, been on your job for years. He blessed you with all of that. So, do you really think that God is going to allow somebody like this man to come into your life who has nothing to offer you, nothing to give to you. You're the one who's doing all the work. You're the one who's pulling all the weight. Do you really think that that is a blessing, that kind of man in your life? You have to take care of him. You have to provide for him. You have to, while you go out and you work, bring home the money, pay all the bills, put food on the table, and then whip it up in the bed at night. Do you really think that that is the type of man that God has for you? Absolutely not. Don't feel like just because these guys is going after these strippers, hoes, exotic dancers, whatever you want to call them. They work in strip clubs. They do lap dances. They will do anything for $1. Do you really think men nowadays are really looking at these women and think that they have a come up when they get somebody like that, when they pull somebody like that? God said, no, that's not what I have for you. God wouldn't do that. He wouldn't bless you with somebody like that and call it a blessing. That's not a blessing. So let these men, these niggas, whatever you want to call them, let them go with these strippers. Be all well in your heart and in your mind that that's all that he felt as though he was good for. And that's all he settled for is a stripper. You stay on your grind. You stay doing what you do. And you stay within the blessings and that God has for your life. Don't ever settle for any man who is willing to settle for that kind of person. What can he do for you? He went out and got himself a stripper. You go out and you make your money the right way. You clock in, you clock out. Don't ever feel as though that it was something wrong with you or that you wasn't good enough, because trust me, that is not the level that God has you on. You must be tripping. Get out your feelings, get out your heart, and get out of here, most of all. Because that's all it is. We all up in our heads a lot of times when it comes to situations like that. We start blaming ourselves and turning the mirror around and look at it. Well, what did we do? Well, look at her. And she got this, and she got that. And look, he went, white woman, black one, Hispanic, Chinese, Asian, whatever. But look what he chose over you, who has it going on. God has blessed you. Be thankful. Be grateful that God put that burden on somebody else and not you. Peace, y'all. Have a good day. Do not allow a man that will pick a woman like that determine your value. Do not, honey. Because he went straight to the garbage can and picked from that. Remember that. Your value and your worth is much more than a stripper dancing on a pole. Come on now. Be for real. Get out your feelings.